All right. We are live with the Path to Ascension tournament. Round one continues to roll on. Today we have an epic matchup between Kenji versus ColdMist. These two players have been practicing nonstop for the last 2 weeks with their coaches, and it is going to be interesting to see how both of them have prepared for today's game. ColdMist is getting coached by Jaeger, and today Kenji will be getting coached by Levi. So we got Kenji in red, ColdMist in blue. And Kenji already going to get Slovenia. He has a really good Azer spot. He could do Israel. He's going to get Bulgaria here. ColdMist having to go Siberia. And where else can ColdMist go? This is actually really tough spots for ColdMist at the moment. Oh, wow. Kenji actually has amazing spots in ColdMist. He doesn't have a lot to work with, and he's actually going to have to take top base Poland and go up into Kaliningrad just to secure an 8 income, I think. Oh, and not only that, but he lost his man in Siberia. It doesn't hurt him too badly because he's not missing out on income here. But he may not even get Kaliningrad in time. Oh, and this could be really bad for him. Kenji's going to have great position in Mideast. He's going to have a good spot to push up into Lebanon, into Syria. And yeah, ColdMist with a 6 income start. You got to blame the spots there. That the spots were not in his favor. Kenji with 4 kills. So he has the bounty. He already started Azer. He's going to get that this turn. And ColdMist going to have to go up into Lithuania. And I'm wondering where ColdMist is going to expand now. So Kenji, yeah, just taking his 2 little extra spawn units, and he's going to be able to get Lebanon with just like a 1 gold investment plus the spawns. And I really like this play. He's actually going to try to gather position in Greece. And where else is he going at the moment, though? He's kind of being slow with this huge income advantage that he has. Oh, okay, I guess he wants to push Jordan as well. And at the same time, we have ColdMist just trying to get Libya. So ColdMist this turn is only going to... Or I guess he'll have Kaliningrad because he didn't get it turn 1. He'll have Lithuania, and then he'll have Libya. But Kenji's going to have Lebanon. Oh, Kenji, he's actually not going to get Jordan in time. I think he was pretty slow here. He was trying to micro a couple places all at once. He was trying to do Macedonia, he was trying to do Israel or Lebanon, and then he was also trying to do Jordan. And he doesn't even have this guy shooting at the Jordan base at the moment. Oh, if ColdMist had sniped that, that would have been really good for ColdMist. At the same time, I think ColdMist just lost 2 units in that base to Egypt here. And it actually looks like ColdMist is going to be in trouble. Kenji still has 6 gold, and if Kenji spots this, he can prevent ColdMist from expanding at all. This would be a huge stop for Kenji. Oh, and Kenji doesn't see it in time. I think if he would have spent maybe 1 or 2 gold there, that would have been huge. And if ColdMist can get a snipe, if he could do 2-2, he could take both of these bases. Kenji's actually so slow to respond here. ColdMist recognizes it. Oh, and that's what I was saying. If he would have split his guys up 2-2, he would have been able to take this. ColdMist only has 1 gold left. Oh, I like this going down into here, but it was at the end of the turn timer, and Kenji realizes. So ColdMist is going to prevent Syria, but he's getting surrounded here. 22-17. This isn't actually too bad. ColdMist can claw his way back into this one. If he can win this fight here, Kenji's in trouble. Really smart move on ColdMist's part to pull back. He needs his tower hitting. That's the only way he's going to have advantage here. These Marines are a little bit stronger than the rifles once they get up close, but the rifles have more range. And this is great for ColdMist. ColdMist can actually, since these armies are split, he can poke and prod Kenji right here. And that's what I would do. I would poke these guys, and I think that's what ColdMist is going for right now. This is so smart, yes. Because look, most of his army isn't even fighting. He's going to be able to capture this base at this rate. And at the same time, he was able to farm some kills off of that. And now all these troops are trapped in a port. And this port can be completely overrun. But Kenji, while losing that, he did a great job expanding. He has Serbia now, he has Bosnia now, and he's still pushing up in the middle. I think ColdMist is realizing he needs to expand on top of this push down here. ColdMist at 18, Kenji at 21 gold. So Kenji has enough gold to... Oh, and I missed that. Oh no, okay, ColdMist still, he's keeping this base, he makes a roar, and I think he's going to push. He's going to push this port, and I really like that play. But Kenji's gonna have a huge income lead here, I believe. This turn he had Croatia, Slovenia, Hungary. He might even get Slovakia. And here we go. This roar is actually going to be crucial. These troops are buffed by 25%. If ColdMist loses this back position here, he's in trouble. He needs to see this. He needs to make 1 or 2 people here. If he can't make 1 or 2 people here, okay, that could have lost him. But look at this. Look at the kill death right now. Look at the kill death. No, this is really bad for Kenji. He should not be spending here on this port. He is feeding right now. Oh, but ColdMist is going to lose this. No, ColdMist, all you had to do was just make a unit there. Oh, ColdMist had a chance to claw his way back into the game. It's still not over for ColdMist. He has the roar. All these guys are buffed by 25%. He cannot lose this port again, though. Okay, he makes 1 unit there. And yeah, if you look at this kill death right now, it is going in ColdMist's favor big time. That roar helped so much. The surround has helped so much. And if you look at Kenji's gold, Kenji only has 4 gold. He's going to lose the entire Mideast. Now, he does have the whole middle. I think if you're Kenji at this point, you just have to give this up. You don't have the army down here. If he snipes this roar, yeah, I think he tower sniped that roar. That was a huge kill for him. That gives him a gold and kills a 4 gold unit. But yeah, I think you just have to full out expand now and try to keep that income advantage because you are going to lose position here shortly. That income advantage is huge. The kill death is definitely in favor of ColdMist. ColdMist, he does have the whole Mid-East as a good position on the map, but he doesn't really have the best places to expand outside of that. I think he tried to do a little bit in Italy, but he hasn't finished it there. And he's also trying to block Kenji in Germany. And at the same time, so he's still going up here in the Baltics. He tried to do Belarus, but he isn't actually using those units yet. And now he's going for Turkey, and this is so risky. I don't know if he saw on the map up here when a country was claimed. I don't think he knows. But Kenji has an easy snipe of Turkey. So he's going to spend all this time and resources trying to take Turkey, and that can get sniped very easily. At the same time, Kenji's doing a great job. He's going to grab Greece while he can. If he can defend this port from getting pushed from the south, then he's in a great spot. ColdMist actually trying to go up here, and I think ColdMist is going to get, yeah, he's going to get Norway. That is a big, I think 6 to 7 income right there, and that actually catches him up. On top of the fact that he's going to have Turkey and position underneath Kenji, we, I think, have ourselves a game here. And this is actually such a good play. I really like the transport drop here so he can expand in the west and take Africa. Not a lot of players, I don't think, would do this, but he is forcing a way into Africa to continue with the expansion. And Kenji over here, he's going to try to pump Turkey. Turkey is pretty hard to push into like this, but ColdMist actually just going to give it up. I don't mind that from ColdMist at all. I think he has all of his spawns actually coming over here. I think I would like to see his midi spawns over here in Turkey. And he could, I think, start farming this. Because if you can pull these units out, you get a nice surround on them. If you look at the city counts, though, Kenji's going to have a huge boost to his income this turn. And I don't think ColdMist is going to experience the same. He didn't get Turkey. He hasn't gotten Sweden. He still hasn't got Italy. He still hasn't gotten Belarus. And there you have it. That's a 28 income lead for Kenji. I think that right now it would be a big throw if he loses that. I think we missed him trying to drop here. ColdMist did have quite a few units down here, so I don't think Kenji was able to successfully drop. And ColdMist still trying to push into Africa. Kenji wrapped up islands over here, and Kenji slowly pushing up the Baltic states. Oh, this is actually pretty nice. So if Kenji can get this, he secures the northern position for him there. And look at this, he's pumping in Turkey, but at the same time, Kenji makes an SS against ColdMist. So Kenji, that SS should be huge for him. He can actually defend this port if he really wants to. He could just cut right here. This really opens up a lot of doors for him to threaten ColdMist. Yeah, and now he can get behind this army. This is a huge army, but guess what? Pushing out of this Turkey port, look at what he's going to run up against. He's running up a hill into this little choke point with 2 towers that are going to be able to range his units. ColdMist pumps out an SS. He pumps out a 5 gold ship, and I don't like that play. Kenji already has an SS, and with the income disparity that he has, he can pump out another SS and still have plenty of room to make units here. And I think Kenji's misplaying this a little bit. He should be using this SS up here to support his units. But ColdMist only has 3 gold. Kenji probably should know, like, if ColdMist spent on an SS and a 5 gold ship up here, he doesn't have the gold to make infantry. And yeah, here, this is actually a good play. This is what I was saying. Kenji, he just spent all of his gold here, but he had plenty to make an infantry army. He has 2 SS on the field now. He still has a huge income gap. These 2 SS are going to surround this SS here. I think ColdMist is pulling all of these as spawns and he's trying to push, but it's not going to make a dent really. If he could have got the France snipe, that would have helped his income gap just a little bit. He is trying to do his best to expand around the map. He still hasn't actually finished up Sweden. He still has these 4 units not being used in Belarus, and he has slowly started working on Spain. Kenji did miss this, and actually Kenji... Okay, so Kenji does walk away with the victory here. He definitely out-incomed ColdMist pretty quickly there. And so now we're going to take a little pause. We have about a minute or two break, and the coaches are going to go in and they're going to start talking to their players, and we are actually going to go in and listen in.
When you're under him, make sure that if you see an advantage, which you did, but like try to identify the most critical positions. You had a good surround on him in Israel, but you lost that south base when he came from Jordan. That was critical. You shouldn't have lost that. You had gold. But overall, I mean, rough game, rough spots. I think be a little more aggressive. I think his weakness is that he's trying to optimize his expanding. So I think you can catch him off guard uh, with with like when he's expanding with a good attack. If you have position, it's all dependent on situation, of course. But I think you played well. You did what you could with the tools you had and the spots you had there. So yeah.
This game, just the first fight in the Israel and Palestine. You could just pull over. You could go to Syria because he was owning you there. So that's the thing. And very good game. First game was very nice. So let's see for the next turn. I hope you will win that too.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All
Yeah, but could you restream?
Yeah, I will restream, and let's see, we need to pull in Levi into casting room. Can you do that for me while I get this up?
I can't do it. I'm not moderator.
Okay, I will do that. 1 second. Let me get into the game as well. Yeah. Let's see, we can move him. Wait, actually, why is it not actually letting me move him anymore? But it let me do that a second ago. Let's go tourney spectator, because I can't move him into the casting room. Come to this voice chat. Sorry, Levi, for some reason it wasn't letting me move you. I don't know what was going on there.
it's fine.
All right, let's get into this game. And I will stream this for you guys. Just give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So Kenji has a 1-0 lead on ColdMist. We had some really good fights, ColdMist, in that last one, but Kenji out-expanded him, and the coaches gave some feedback to both players, and now we are going to see if that feedback and the strategy can work in favor of these two. We are still on Kenji's host, so ColdMist actually won the flip, the coin flip, and so we have 2 on Kenji's host and then 3 on ColdMist's host. So Kenji still in red, ColdMist in blue. ColdMist has Slovenia this time, so he's going to have an easy time getting that. He can actually get East Greenland as well with 1 Marine, which is really nice. And I'm trying to see. Ooh, I really like this. If he can actually get Belgium here, this is somewhat tricky. You just have to be a little bit careful. But yeah, this is actually very nice, and he's gonna have a really easy play into Netherlands. For Kenji, Kenji has Sammy. Kenji has also had to go Ireland, and I want to see why. So Kenji didn't really have the best spots. He had Siberia, Sammy, and I think that's really it. And so this Ireland play with 2 Marines and recognizing that he had to do that early, I really like that play on Kenji's part. That is a person who has played a lot lately and has really high experience in 1v1s. Not a lot of players would see that, and that's just coming with all the practice and training that he's had. So yeah, ColdMist, he does get East Greenland, he does get Belgium, he's already starting to work on Netherlands. Look at this, ColdMist with 12, Kenji with 11, and I feel like we're set up for a really good match here. Both of them have 4 kills, they both got the bounty. Ooh, this is such a good play from Kenji as well. Kenji going up into Switzerland here. And ColdMist, he's actually kind of pumping the middle, so he's taking a lot of units here, going Slovakia, Austria. I think he's going to go Czech as well. And we'll see if he can get Poland, because Kenji does have a top base block in Poland. Oh, I actually missed this. If Kenji wanted to, he could have done the Wales, but I think Ireland was the better play here. So yeah, Kenji, he is going to go for Libya. We'll see. He's gonna have to probably spend 1 more here. This Marine's already been hit, but he did have the bottom base down here, I believe, and so he has Italy, Switzerland this turn, and he has the Austria. He actually came up here and sniped Austria from ColdMist, and he still has this block up here, but he has 0 gold. ColdMist still has 1, and he can actually spam swap this, but it's not going to be in time. So if Kenji sees this, he can easily block Poland. We're gonna see if Kenji's on his A game here. Alright, so I don't think Kenji's going to get this block in time, but that is okay. He's focused elsewhere. This is actually a huge position for Kenji. And Kenji here, with only 3 deaths already, while ColdMist has 7, so 3, not bad at all. And he has a 20-17 lead. Kenji with a nice position in the mid-east, so having Libya, he's actually going to pump this, and he's going to go up through Egypt. ColdMist actually has some chances to expand on the west side if he wants to. It looks like he's going to be focused on trying to take Germany and take position away from Kenji here. And he only has 1, they each only have 1 gold. I think this is going to be a stalemate here, and I don't think ColdMist is actually going to be able to take this. He might be able to snipe this base now. Kenji did realize Kenji doesn't have gold here. And if ColdMist used all these units, I think he can kill these 2 weak riflemen. He wouldn't get Germany this turn, but he would at least push Kenji out of Germany. And yeah, ColdMist recognizes it, but he does it a little bit too late. Does Kenji realize? I don't even think it matters. Yeah, he lost so many units there. And yeah, look, now Kenji realizes it, and ColdMist is a little bit too late to the action here. He does actually take a 1 income lead. I missed this. He expanded in Belarus here, which is really nice. And he actually has a base block in Iceland. I don't know. I maybe missed. I believe Kenji tried to go for Iceland here. Now Kenji's actually going for France. And this pullback here, ColdMist is really just like, he's doing a great job with the fights. I think ColdMist has been doing better in the fights. Kenji and ColdMist both have a pretty good KD at the moment. ColdMist has an early roar, so I think he's going to be able to capture Germany. And if he recognizes that he could also push France, I think, yeah, Kenji only has 1 gold and ColdMist has all these units, and if he pushes France really quickly, he can get the snipe here. That would be huge. It would prevent this extra 8 gold that Kenji's going to rely on for this turn. Oh, and they're actually tied up. So Kenji didn't get it. He missed it by a millisecond. Oh, that's actually huge. They're going to be even on income here. Now, here's the problem that ColdMist is going to run into. This is such a hard position to defend when you're the player in Belgium, because you get surrounded pretty easily. He's doing a good job pulling back here, but at the same time, ColdMist cannot lose this base. If he loses this base, he's in huge trouble. No, that snipe by Kenji was so clutch. So Kenji's still holding this position here. Kenji already taking the 6 income here and has a really good position in Germany now. And the gold gap, let's see. So ColdMist hanging on to quite a bit of gold. Oh, Kenji did finally get Iceland, and I think he's been expanding in the mid-east, though. ColdMist tried to expand he was blocked in Spain by Kenji. ColdMist isn't really going to be able to expand at all this turn, and if anything, I think he's lost income this turn. While Kenji, he's going to have France, he's going to have Iceland, and he's going to have places in the Mideast. And it's, yeah, look at this. Look at this. That's the difference maker. The fact that Kenji has France and was able to cut Germany. And now, guess what? Because of that out expansion in the cut there, he's going to be able to just run away with it again. This is the same thing that we saw in the first game. Kenji, I believe, is just a lot faster at expanding. And when you're faster at expanding and out expanding your opponent, you don't have to take the best fights. You'll see ColdMist has a better KD, but it won't matter here unless he can get a big push. Kenji still has 14 gold. He can defend these two bases with 14 gold. He should. Oh, where did he spend it? I think he actually spent it in Austria. So ColdMist wrapped his units around and he has a complete surround in Austria. If he can get Austria and if... Oh, he cuts France. Wow, this is just two different play styles and it's showing you the best of both worlds. You're seeing what happens and the advantages you get when you're able to expand like Kenji, but at the same time you're seeing the advantages that you get when you're able to have the unit control and the battle experience of ColdMist. And look, ColdMist is able to claw his way right back into this one, similar to game one, simply because of his kill death and his really great maneuvering. Look, he might even get the snipe in Italy here. And Kenji's trying to do a lot. Kenji's trying to expand here. I think he has his spawn set here, which is actually really good. He doesn't have to micro those. And he's trying to get whales. He also did something here in Denmark. ColdMist is slowly trying to expand on the outside, but I think ColdMist might be in the better situation now, especially because he was able to take this base. You know what this base does? This base opens a lot of doors for him. It frees up his southern. He's able to surround Switzerland, and he can hold on to France now. And I missed this, but ColdMist has also been expanding in Africa. He's taking his time doing it, which is perfectly fine. Kenji actually getting Sicily here. Kenji having that southern part underneath Italy is huge. He was able to reclaim this base, but ColdMist still has this, and ColdMist still holding on 42 to 39. So he still has that income lead, but here we go. This is going to be, again, in Kenji's favor when it comes to expansion, I think. Kenji's going to have to try to out-expand while slowing ColdMist down in France. He's only going to have a limited time to do this, though, because ColdMist is going to get Africa, and ColdMist is going to have a great position to completely trap this army in France and Spain. I don't know if I'm Kenji. I think I call France and Spain a lost cause here. You see that ColdMist has this base and a lot of units there. You see that you're getting overrun here. You've already lost this. If anything, you might want to focus on pushing here or just trying to expand in this area. And this is a really good move from ColdMist. ColdMist here, he's using the space that he has, and he realizes that he needs the southern position to protect all of his lands here. He has to realize by now that Kenji has the Mideast. Look at that kill death. ColdMist is just eating right now. That is so many kills, and that's actually quite an advantage in this game from just the bounty alone. And if this game goes on longer, that's going to get better and better for ColdMist. He still is holding on to the income lead, and this turn he has France, and he has Spain completely surrounded. So it's going to come down to Kenji now trying to figure out a way to work back into this game. ColdMist has 30 gold in the bank and Kenji only has 15, so I think ColdMist actually has enough gold to hold on here, and if he can hold on to this position while this army wraps up the west, I think that he's going to be in position to stop Kenji. So Kenji though, sniping this was actually a huge snipe for Kenji. I don't think ColdMist actually owned it, so we can't really call it a snipe, but just capturing this base in general was huge. I don't think he's going to be able to push up into these two bases. ColdMist realizes already, and he can defend this for now. But just having this definitely applies pressure to ColdMist's position. And Kenji is going to slowly try to take Turkey. He is using his spawns all here. Oh my gosh, look at that gap. ColdMist taking the huge income lead now. So ColdMist slowly doing some expansion up here as well. This huge army is going to wrap up Spain and Portugal, so he'll get those this turn. I don't know how I feel about Kenji dropping here. The problem with this is, yeah, that's a good move, but this is just going to feed ColdMist. You can't do anything from this position, and it can get completely surrounded here. And ColdMist already has quite the standing army over here, so if ColdMist realizes it, he can definitely take it. And there you have it. Round of applause for ColdMist. We have a 1-1 series going on. It is back and forth, and so that was on Kenji's host. So Kenji had 2 games on his host. Again, ColdMist won the coin flip, so ColdMist is going to be the one that gets the last 3 games, and that coin flip might be huge because with how they're playing, we might actually go all the way to a game 5 here. And so I'm actually going to go in here. We're going to listen to some of these coaches, and we're going to see what they have to say to their players.
Netherlands, Belgium, and stuff like that. So you could just fuck the expansion. Like don't go to Middle East and just full spend in Germany, full spend in Belgium and Netherlands, because you had 16 more income than him. You could easily kill him there, and if you would just spend more in Germany and in Belgium, he couldn't def it because you had much bigger income than him. Also, you did cut him in Germany, and you kept aggressive there. That you went to his another base to get it. Just when you cut like big country like Germany, 6 income, you can just keep the one city and don't attack more, because he has many cities in Germany. You can take it because he has also Czech Republic, Poland, Netherlands. It's so easy for him to come for you from all sides. So you just need to keep some rifles there so he can't just take it back. So you need to keep that 6 income gap from him. So maybe next time just don't make more expansion, and when you have very big gap income, you had 16 more than him, just keep harassing him in all his countries: Austria, Germany, Belgium, and
It's going to be a tight match, but keep playing the way you're playing, and I think you're going to get the best of him for sure.
What do I enable? Is it just referee or observe?
Referees, yep.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's done. Whew. Yeah, that was a bit of a comeback though. Like, I wasn't winning him from the start.
100%. You played that perfectly. That was a tough spot for you in the end, too.
Alright, he's telling you to join the voice chat.
All right, that was us listening in. We actually have Pooh, the real coach of ColdMist. He's hopping on, and he's going to give, hopefully, ColdMist the morale boost he needs to finish out this series. And we will let these players know we are good to go. So we have ColdMist and Kenji 1-1 in a tight series, back and forth. I think we figured out what each of these players are good at. Kenji with the expansion, ColdMist with the fighting, and some really good strategy and base snipes. And both have played pretty well so far, and I'm excited to see how this series goes. I would love to see a series go all the way to a best of 5. Or to the 5th game in a best of 5. All right. We'll figure out these colors here. We are now on ColdMist host, and he has 3 games in a row now where he gets to host. So Kenji is going to be in teal, and ColdMist is in red. And let's figure out what these spots look like. So ColdMist first. He has Tunisia. He has Montenegro. That's such a good one. He can do Moscow from the backside. If you just bring these units under here, you can get Moscow. He can also get Moldova. So he does have a chance at a 12 income start. And now Kenji and teal. So Kenji actually doing Kree. Kree is a very hard one-man to do. You got to get a little bit of a shot with the Marine. You got to swap, and you got to put it just in the right place without the tower hitting you. And he did also already get Syria, which is really nice for him. That's going to be a nice position. And yeah, look, he did that perfectly. Great job getting Crete. Crete's definitely a hard one. He can also spam swap Kaliningrad from this base right here, and that would be a really good turn for him. I think he has spent all of his gold though, so he's doing Sardinia. And for those that don't know, you can actually do Sardinia with 1 Marine. It makes this a lot less micro-intensive, and you'll see he's actually not going to get Sardinia in time. And he didn't actually get Crete in time either. It would have been 10-9. But yeah, this is such a hard one to do. He misses out on getting that income. He misses out on getting this income. And so ColdMist with the early advantage. ColdMist, he does get Moscow. I don't believe he got Siberia in time. He would have had 12. He got that kill just a second too late here. And so ColdMist is going to take Montenegro, and this is what players dream of. Having that left base in Montenegro makes life so easy. It is actually really nice that Kenji has this port down here. So if he does want to try to push and pressure ColdMist later on, that's great for him. But in the meantime, ColdMist is just he's gonna drool over this spot, because once you get this, you can push up into Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, and all of these countries go very easily. He also is going to be able to get Africa's overtime. He could have prevented this. He could have prevented the. I don't think that. Yeah, Kenji's not going to get this in time. So he's going to miss out on that 3 income. But we're still 16 to 13. So even though Kenji had a really bad start, 13 income on turn 2 is not the best. He is still in this game. He's going to have Netherlands next turn. He's already working on Disco Bay up here as well. And he's going Portugal too. And it looks like this could be bad for Kenji here, because ColdMist has a good block in Germany, and so that could come into play here shortly. Kenji also realizing he has this port like I was talking about. He's going to get Albania, and he's going to be able to pressure this area right here. ColdMist is going Romania, and I've made this mistake myself a few times, but Romania is so hard to defend and easy to cut, so the investment to get that 4 gold sometimes just isn't worth it, and it might be better to just go up into some of these smaller countries up here. We'll see if that pays off for him. Kenji also pushing down from Syria into Palestine, Israel, and ColdMist. ColdMist has done this quite a bit. Oh, I missed this. I'm so sorry. Blind caster alert. This is actually huge that ColdMist used his base here, sniped this, and took this in Albania. They're both tied 20 to 20 here, but this actually makes ColdMist's position a lot easier to defend now. The fact that Kenji couldn't get under him makes all of this feel a lot more safer for ColdMist. And ColdMist can now get Greece, he can get Bulgaria, and he can get Jordan, which could make life a little bit uneasy for Kenji in the Mideast. And ColdMist also has 2 really good bases here. If you're Kenji, though, you have to make sure you stop this. This is actually huge for Kenji. Kenji didn't wrap up Portugal, and I think he's trying to do a lot right now. He ended up getting Sicily. He's pushing up into Italy. And yeah, he's also being slow about this, because he's trying to micro a lot. He's trying to do the Mideast as well. He's doing Albania. He's trying to fight back here in Greece now and do a push out here. If ColdMist recognizes this would be really bad for Kenji. That's actually such a... Oh, he has so many units down here that aren't even being used. ColdMist does see this, though, and ColdMist has a 1 gold income lead. He's still able to expand up there, and if he can surround this base, that puts Kenji in a really bad spot, and a lot of that gold is trapped. Kenji did recognize Egypt, so props to him for seeing that, and also ColdMist being very slow about getting Africa over here. And Kenji is going to block Slovenia, so Kenji being a little difficult, but yeah, Kenji trying to make life difficult, and then ColdMist coming around and trying to make life difficult as well. Taking this base isn't the end of the world, though, for Kenji, because Kenji's able to surround ColdMist here, so the fact that Kenji lost this, it's not that big of a deal. This is actually super important, though. Both down to 0 gold after all the spending here. And ColdMist, he has been doing so good using all of his army and troops, but he's being very slow about using his troops here. He needs to push with everything, and he had a lot of units that he wasn't using. He also has spawns he's not using as well, and you might see that he's a little overwhelmed. And Kenji sniping that bottom base in Macedonia is actually huge for position for Kenji. Look at all these spawns. Look, this is so many units. He actually has like 20 gold of spawns that he isn't even using in these fights, and that would give him a huge advantage. They have similar incomes, and those 20 gold worth of spawns would swing the favor in ColdMist. And he's still winning even without that. Kenji has 2 gold. ColdMist has 2 gold. They're both spending everything they have. But yeah, okay, ColdMist actually finally using those troops, and I think that's the reinforcements that we're seeing here. And that's why he's going to be able to hold the top and take the bottom. If he wasn't using those troops, he wouldn't be able to do that. At the same time, we have a little stalemate going on here. We have a stalemate going on here, and we're not seeing a lot of expansion from these players. I believe Kenji was able to capture West Greenland, and this turn he also got Germany, and getting Germany, and he might get Portugal in time. I think he's going to get Portugal in time as well. Getting those countries is going to give him a huge income lead, I think, because I don't think, again, ColdMist has expanded much. ColdMist, he got the 6 extra income. I'm not actually sure where. I think it's because he has Greece and Macedonia back, so he did recapture those. So Kenji with the 4 gold lead, and Kenji loses that Slovenia base. And they're going to be fighting up here now. They're going to also be fighting here. Kenji drops here, so they have been having a non-stop war. He can actually snipe this base, and Kenji making a bishop. At the same time, ColdMist is pushing in the mid-east, and we just have action going all over the place. ColdMist only has 12 gold. He doesn't have enough to make a ship like this, and this is such a hard place to defend. I think you have to pull back and just try to hold this base going forward. Kenji spent all of his gold on this ship, so he's kind of oh no, if you're ColdMist, you really need to hold on to, oh no, the snipe is huge. You can still hold on to this base, but this base is by far and away way better to defend. He's gonna try to get positioned in the Mideast, and I think he has a chance. He has 14 gold that he's holding on to, and it's at the end of the turn. This is actually really bad. Like, he's holding on to so much gold that he didn't use that turn. He has that income lead, which is nice, but he's losing position here, and his lands are being threatened now. Kenji building these mortars, he's going to try to cut, and he's going to try to use the ship to push up here. ColdMist is taking some nice positions on the map, though. He's going to have Africa. He might be able to secure the Mideast. He can definitely take this if he pushes it just a little bit harder. And here, this is really hard to defend if you're in ColdMist shoes. And at the same time he's having to deal with this, he's kind of sandwiched now. And he's going to lose this base. Romania is never the best place to defend. If I'm him, I kind of pull back to this area. You lose the 4 gold, it's fine. But, oh yeah, see, the cut actually paid off. Kenji just rushed in there. He sniped it with his bishop. And ColdMist is losing position heavily. ColdMist is going to get the Mideast. He finished up Egypt. He's going to finish up Syria. He actually makes an SS. I missed this in the second game. That drop, though, is huge. That's a lot of damage. While Kenji may not get the SS kill, the fact that he was able to take more than half of the HP off of this SS is huge. Yeah, look at this now. With a new turn timer, Kenji has a 5 income lead. Oh, but Kenji's actually going to lose the bishop. That's actually big. That's a big deal. A couple of mistakes from both of these players, and they're both giving the other player chances here. That bishop would have definitely made the water fight a lot easier for Kenji, but now Kenji's going to have to make sure that ColdMist can't do anything with his SS, and if you're ColdMist, you have to run. That transport drop put you in a really bad position. And I think even losing that bishop, though, ColdMist isn't really in a position here to climb back into this game. I think that SS being this injured was a huge game changer. That hurt ColdMist a lot more than when Kenji lost his bishop. Because this SS is useless and just on the run now. And that's 45 gold that he just can't even use. And yeah, look, you're seeing now that sandwich is paying off. We got a ColdMist sandwich, and Kenji's serving them up hot and juicy. So ColdMist makes a second SS here. And if you see that as Kenji, I think you make maybe your own SS or 2 bishops. I think I prefer the bishops. The bishop shots cannot be dodged, I don't think, and they're faster. Those bishops could chase down this injured SS, and this SS would die. And it also gives you more hits. And it's harder for the opponent to micro. I think I like the bishops here better, but Kenji's gonna roll with the SS. I think that's fine. I don't know what the best play is here. I'm definitely by no means a 1v1 expert, so I would love any kind of chats in the comments to let us know what they think. But yeah, I mean, Kenji, just the fact that he has 2 SS, he's going to be able to hold this position indefinitely, I think, especially as he gets that income lead. He'll have more and more, like, he's going to have all these spawns that he's able to use, whereas ColdMist spawns are kind of split. He's trying to capture Spain right now. He's trying to cut Kenji in Portugal. And yeah, I mean, the gap is going bigger and bigger. Kenji has still the 2 SS. I don't think ColdMist will ever get Turkey simply because of the SS factor. And at the same time, ColdMist is going to lose all of his land here. Kind of surprised Kenji hasn't already cut Poland, but again, that's not the biggest deal. And hopefully ColdMist realizes he doesn't have that top base in Spain. That's 6 income that he desperately needs here. Now, this could be bad if Kenji isn't paying attention, but look at that. Kenji doing really good. He sees this. They actually, look at this, 20 seconds in, they're both holding on to a lot of gold. This is a really good drop. I feel like if he timed it a little bit better, it would have been better if he would have positioned the drop so that it was behind the SS and the SS was trapped. And ColdMist is kind of able to get more on par with the HP levels that Kenji has. And ColdMist taking this is nice. That's probably one of his ways back into the game, is to be able to retake a lot of this land. His SS are split right now. I don't really like this move. Like the worst you're doing is I mean, although if you do get Italy, you're able to kind of threaten this area, but it's just so hard to decide what to do when you're down by 20 gold here, because you have to fight your way back in the game, but at the same time you have to figure out a way to hold on as well when you're getting hit all over the map. I think he might have overspent here actually. This could have been a really good feint, although Kenji is spending even more here. I think you just kind of call it a win that you made ColdMist spend that much to defend. It's 3 SS versus 3 SS, but when you look at the gold, Kenji, he has 20 left, or 17 left, and ColdMist has 1 left. And Kenji actually trying to be brave here and go for the snipe, and that was not a good move. Losing that SS, see, these are the small mistakes that could get a player back into the game. At the same time, ColdMist just kind of right-clicked his units in here, and he's getting slaughtered down there. He did recognize that he didn't have that top base. He's also trying to push up into Spain here. But look, I think that this income disparity is just too great at the moment. Kenji now going for Turkey. ColdMist does have a lot of spawns. He could hold off and try to fight the Turkey area. He can still threaten Italy. Kenji's actually moving a lot of his spawns, I believe. These aren't actually units that he made. I think these are spawns. And he's going to now fight for France. And the fact that Kenji is holding this bottom Portugal base is really big. ColdMist trying to make a knight. He's trying to rush this before Kenji looks back here. And that knight actually could work. No, but look at that. Kenji again on top of his game, and he recognizes that. But Kenji also losing his SS fight, so he's able to hold on to this for the time being. He's able to push in France. ColdMist using all of his spawns here, but I think Kenji's going to be able to hold that. But yeah, I mean, the fact that ColdMist has 3 SS, okay, there you go. Kenji's just been really slow to spend money. He waited till the last second of that turn to spend that SS. I think he wanted to make sure that he won these land spites. And now a 36 income lead, I don't think that that's possible to come back from. It's definitely not possible when all of your income is going to making SS, and your opponent, look, your opponent can pop out an SS, use all of their spawns, and still have 15 gold left over to do whatever they want with. Like, at the moment, Kenji, all he has to do is just hold Turkey, hold France, and just be obnoxious. Like, he can even snipe this if he wants. He doesn't actually have to push any further. He can also just use his spawns to expand. He could easily expand up here. Like, there's a lot of opportunities for him to expand. Instead, he's actually just going to go by brute force, pushing into ColdMist. Look, he already captured Turkey here. He can't really make... I don't think Kenji can make ground with SS here. I don't think he needs to, though. Oh, ColdMist actually is going to lose this. Oh, those are really good dodges on his part. And he actually was able to snipe that base there. But yeah, see, this is the thing. Kenji just needs to keep up with this. And there you go. There you have it. So Kenji wins that one. I feel like both players had a really good shot at getting into that game. ColdMist looked like he was going to be able to win that one, but Kenji definitely made some great moves. And once he captured all of Greece and pushed up from the south, he was able to easily take that, I think. I don't think he was really threatened after that fact. So Kenji 2, ColdMist 1, and we are going to go listen into some coach feedback.
A town is under siege.
Albania, for example, you had such a great spot in Albania to fight, but you were looking away, right? You'd fight him and then you'd look away. You would lose a bunch of men and then you'd come back. Same thing with the SS. You did so great, but then as soon as you had the advantage with SS, you split your SS up. You had one SS going north. You probably could have sunk another one of his SS, but the second biggest thing is you're not using spawns in Central Europe. So when you were fighting in Albania again, you probably would have won if you had your spawns there.
Yeah, I realized that after I moved them.
But obviously all these things are hard to remember in the game, but I would say you really need to remember to rally your spawns during a fight, especially with Central Europe. And then the second thing is when you are fighting, you need to really consider, am I going to win this fight or am I going to lose this fight? And if you're going to win the fight, win it as soon as possible. But other than that, good job. You lasted longer than you should have in this game, so don't.
You could take Ukraine and Moldova by your spawns from Romania and from Europe. So that was just easy taking countries just by your spawns. But it was a really good game, and the SS fights, it was huge. So I really like it. Good job. It's 2-1 now. It's only one more win for you. Just be careful with the ships so you don't lose them, and also use spawns for expanding. But good job.
All right, you heard the coaches on both sides there. You heard Levi telling Kenji he's up 2-1 and he just needs one more. We are going to keep this series rolling. We're going to see if ColdMist can do this. He's got to win this one. If Kenji wins this one, that will be a 3-1 victory and he'll move on to round 2. If ColdMist wins this one, we will see a 5th and final game, which will be amazing to see. All right, so Kenji again in teal, ColdMist in red. We're going to look at Kenji's spots first. He has Siberia. They're both blocked here in Sammy. He could get West Greenland from the top down, but to do that, you got to do it pretty early on. He has Moldova. He has Lebanon. Where else are we seeing? I think that's about it for him, right? And on the other hand, ColdMist. Oh, I love that. I love seeing the one-man Marines here. ColdMist, he's going to have Sicily. He's going to have an easy one-man Marine in Svalbard. He's going to have a very easy bottom base Moscow club. And where else are we going if you're ColdMist? Does he still have a gold? No, he spent his gold. Ah, nice. Kaliningrad. Yeah, so that's going to be a 12 income start for ColdMist. And yeah, Kenji's going to be slow to this. If you see West Greenland and realize you have to do it, you have to start it early on because you have to run your unit all the way around so it doesn't get hit by the tower fire, run it back, and then run it around again. And this is going to be a pretty big income gap for ColdMist. You're going to see here, he has the bounty because of the 4 kills, so he has 12 income to 8, plus he has that 1 bounty. And okay, so ColdMist is actually going to be blocked here if Kenji can recognize this. And they're both instantly pumping for position. They know how important position is against each other. I think ColdMist just saw that Kenji went Albania, and I think we're going to have some early action. Oh, if ColdMist is smart, ColdMist would push this base so hard right now. Oh, and I don't think this is going to work out for ColdMist. Yeah, that was really bad. That was not the play. That's not what you wanted to do. You lost so many units. You kind of gave Kenji an opportunity to get back into this. If you just push this base, I think he wins that. Yeah, see, Kenji's going to be able to prevent that. And at the same time, Kenji has West Greenland. And I don't think that ColdMist was able to expand this turn. He's going to rush all of his units for this base here, I think. Yeah, look, that's huge. The fact that ColdMist had a round 1, 12 income, 4 kills, 0 death start, and he got nothing in round 2, that is devastating. ColdMist is probably a little nervous now because he just realizes he gave Kenji a chance back into this game. When you have that big of a gap over your opponent, you should, that's definitely, it feels so good, and then to lose it all, that's such a huge swing. There's a momentum shift, and Kenji's going to try to capitalize on that. So Kenji's going to use some spawns and some units here. He's going to get Israel. He's going to get Palestine. I don't think... Okay, he spent 2 gold here. That's very smart. He's going to be able to get Jordan as well. And ColdMist, he didn't really know where to go. He hasn't gotten Lithuania. He's still working on Italy. And look, he had to run units through the tower just to try to get Italy in time. And he also started Belgium, but way too late. I think ColdMist has made some slow decisions in regards to his expansion. And it's not going to be good when you see this here. 22-16. Kenji's gonna have the mid-east. Kenji's pushing up here into Romania. He's pushing up here as well. All he has to do is defend these for now and expand. And he just has to, I think this is actually feed right into Kenji's playbook. He just has to hold a certain spot, a very easily defensible spot, while he expands. Now, I don't know if this transport was intentional. I think it was. I think Kenji actually wants to take this base and he wants to surround these two. And that could pay off. He still has 10 gold, and ColdMist has 0. ColdMist has spent everything on trying to expand here. ColdMist is not going to get Belgium. He just got Netherlands in time. And he's going to try to get Germany, and this is just... I think he realizes that I feel so bad. I've been in this position myself. I think he's super stressed and overwhelmed at the moment. He knows that this is not what he wants to be doing. He'd rather be fighting Kenji straight up, but instead he's trying to keep up with Kenji in terms of expansion, and it's just not working. Look, he didn't get Belgium, he didn't get Germany, and that income gap is so huge, and that surround by Kenji is actually probably going to be the nail in the coffin for ColdMist. ColdMist has no position down here. He's going to have to use this port in Sicily if he wants to threaten any of these lands. And at the same time, Kenji's going to be able to use spawns to expand down here. He gets an easy path forward to push from up here. He also has this base down here that he can use for Africa. He's going to go Portugal as well. And ColdMist is kind of stuck on expansion opportunities. He never ended up getting Lithuania. He's not using those spawns there. And he's going to run right into a brick wall. Kenji is that brick wall here. Kenji is just growing stronger and stronger. They both have no gold. If you're Kenji, I think you just pull back here. There's no reason to attack yet. You realize when you see the city counts go up this much, you know that your income gap is going to be so huge. Also, I really like that cut. That's 6 gold down the drain that ColdMist is going to miss out on next turn. You don't defend this, though. You just wait till the end of the turn timer, so like right now, and then you can probably pull back. You just wanted to snipe it so that he loses that 6 gold. And yeah, look, that income disparity, again, is just so huge. Kenji is just so happy right now. I guarantee he's smiling, and he knows that it's his game to lose at the moment. This is one of the ways he loses, though, if he continues to feed here. There's no reason to spend here if you're Kenji. All you have to do is if you can, you push this area. If worst case scenario, just defend this while you grow. You just grow along the map. You can grow all along the outside and completely envelop ColdMist. Because ColdMist doesn't have a lot of expansion. ColdMist actually Denmark, and if he wants to expand, he's actually going to have to go up into Norway and Sweden here. Because it's going to be so hard for him to push from these positions. He can actually defend Germany and Switzerland pretty well, but he only has 2 gold. He has a lot of these spawns, like a lot of these units he's not even using. He wasn't able to protect this right base of Switzerland. Oh yeah, see, he's using those units up here. When you have to go up here for expansion, that's when you know you're in a rough spot. A 27 gold difference here, and Kenji's looking real good at the moment. That snipe from behind is great. All of these units dying, that's huge for ColdMist. He needs any little victory that he can take at the moment. Kenji gonna be able to push from France, and this is gonna be a smush. We're gonna have another ColdMist sandwich here. Kenji's going to be able to take France. He already has the whole eastern side, and he's cutting trees now. He has so much gold. He's able to spend on 3 mortars, and he's going to cut the tree lines to make this push a lot easier. If you're Kenji, I still feel like you want to expand a little bit. I don't know where... Okay, he's using these units now. That's where they were. ColdMist is going to get Norway in time. He's not going to get Sweden in time, though. And sniping this isn't a big deal, but like when it's 4 gold that you're taking off of Kenji, and the position that you're getting is nothing. Kenji is able to completely surround those 2 bases, and that's really hard to defend. Once these trees are cut, ColdMist is in huge trouble. He did get that gap to go back to 20, so Kenji actually didn't really get to expand that much this turn. He didn't get France in time. At the same time, ColdMist was able to get Norway. He has a lot of units up here, though. He's going to have Sweden, which is nice. That's another 5, but he's getting pushed back in Poland. He's getting completely surrounded, and you can see all of these units are just spawns. The fact that Kenji's able to use all these spawns that's just free gold that he can just shove into Germany. Kill death does not really matter too much at this point. He still has a good kill death, but honestly, at this point, with 22-0 in terms of gold count, you just have to shove units, because this is all your opponent has, and once you capture this, it's game over. And he did get Egypt this turn. He can get Libya this turn. He's still expanding here. There's absolutely no way, no matter how good of a player, I don't think there's any way back into this game. You definitely always want to have a dream and a hope, but I think if you're ColdMist, like the only reason you're fighting on is because you know that this is the last game. And there you go, almost a 50 gold differential. I think ColdMist, he just wants to try to put up a good fight. I do appreciate this from ColdMist. He doesn't want to just have the series end like this. I think he feels as well that he might have thrown this game. He had that 12 income to 8 income gap, and that turn 2 where he didn't get any extra income, I think is going to haunt ColdMist. That's going to be something that lingers over him for quite a while, and that might fuel him in the next tournament. Hopefully he'll come back stronger, and he'll be able to watch some of these games and realize like he's just this close. He's just this close from being able to win some of these games and move on to the second round. But it does look like we're going to have Kenji moving on to round 2 here. There's just very little room for ColdMist to get back into this game. He used some spawns and some gold here to capture Volga. He did capture Finland, but the map is getting painted with teal. And that is a good game. Round of applause to both of these players. We had some epic back and forth between Kenji and ColdMist, and I love that we had 2 different play styles going up against one another, and you could see the pros and cons of each of those play styles. And so we're going to try to get these players in here for a post-game interview. We're going to try to get the coaches in here for a post-game interview. We're going to just see what these people, what they have to say about their games and their performance. So let's start off. We have ColdMist and Poo. Poo is the coach of ColdMist. You two, how are you guys feeling after that series?
Yeah, listen, I have a lot to say as the coach. I've got paragraphs written down. Obviously, my player played perfectly. I don't know what Kenji was rolling dice or something. He was getting so lucky. It was unbelievable. I mean, you can tell that their team is just horrible. Kenji turned on the rockets. That's definitely true, but you can tell that Levi was not the scientist behind that. I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say about ColdMist. Nothing but bad things to say about Levi. Kenji played great, whatever. This was obviously a devastating loss for me and my team.
Well, Pooh, I do want to bring up the fact that it does feel like you missed that first game, and what kind of impact do you think that has on your player? The fact that you came in late.
Listen, me and ColdMist, we almost have telepathic powers. I don't think that impacted the game at all. I think ColdMist came in even stronger because of it. I'd say, if anything, that was a benefit.
Well, all right. So,
but we can hear from himself on that.
Yeah, ColdMist. So I feel like this was a great matchup with 2 different play styles. ColdMist, I feel like you did a great job, especially in those early games, picking the right fights, overwhelming your opponent, doing a really good job when it came down to the battles. But I do feel like Kenji was able to out-expand you. So how do you feel like that had an impact, especially in this last game? You had that 12 income to 8 income turn 1 lead, and then on turn 2 you didn't get any expansion. Were you panicking a little bit?
No, I just I saw he had the Albanian base, but I just fucked up by going Greece. That's it. Like, I shouldn't go Greece, and I went also Ireland, but he had Ireland blocked, so I couldn't really go there.
Okay.
So I legitimately couldn't get anything. So, and there wasn't really any other places to expand. Like, that's why I went from France to Belgium, like, which is really like the center base, to Belgium just to get some income.
Yep.
And I went for Italy, which I managed to get Italy, but I mean, that's not a good turn.
Yep.
So.
Well, let's
go.
So
yeah, it's just.
Oh, continue. Yeah, continue, ColdMist.
Well, game 1 was also just incredibly brutal for me because there wasn't the turn. I had really no spots turn 1. In this game, turn 2 was really difficult because I wasn't sure where to go. Turn 2.
Yeah, you had a great turn 1, and I thought that you would have a huge income lead, but it does appear like with Kenji holding that Albania base, I think that really blocked you, and I think that stopped your strategy, right, from being able to expand. So let's go on to the winner here. So Kenji, you have the 3-1 win over ColdMist. You're moving on to round 2. How are you and your coach feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. I mean, this was a close match. I felt like these were some really good games. A few fights, like, I completely got overwhelmed. For example, in Middle East, when ColdMist rushed into Israel, this was pretty sick. I think the last game was a bit tricky for ColdMist because I caught them off guard in Albania and Macedonia. But yeah, were pretty good games.
Did your strategy...
Yeah, if I managed...
Oh, go ahead, ColdMist.
If I managed to get the Macedonia base, that game would have turned way differently. But it was like 50-50 who would get it.
Yep.
If you saw it, we were fighting for that, but yeah. If he gets it, then I'm pretty much fucked.
Did either of your guys' strategies change as the games progressed? So as you guys continued playing on the first game, second game, were there any like coach shifts or coach feedback that really shaped the gameplay and the strategies that you guys implemented later on in the match?
Mm, good
Wow.
question.
Okay, so
Uh,
so does
I
it feel?
mean,
I'm kind of just trying to see. We'll start with Kenji. Did Levi give you like any kind of tips or anything that might have like helped you with some of these later games, or did you feel pretty confident just going in with your play style and just after all the practice that you have, you knew what you were good at, what you were bad at, and you just try to capitalize on the things that you were strong with?
I mean, Levi taught me a lot of good fighting strategies. This was good. Like for example, if you want to get into Germany, you go from the south, like you cut the trees first and stuff like this. This really helped me. He also told me always to expand like with the spawns that are unused. Yeah, I think he always gives good feedback. He sees my mistakes.
Let's be honest.
This
Levi definitely
this
did
helps.
teach you how to play because your KD was trash.
Shots
he
fired
did.
from the
for sure.
losing coach over here, Kenji. I mean, all you have to do is just respond with scoreboard. You just say scoreboard, and I don't think the coach
Look,
can
we
say.
know the score. The score was 3-1, but in our hearts, we all know who won this. ColdMist came away dominating the other team physically. But in the end, you're right. The score is what matters. I clap my hands. Levi, you're a trash coach.
Oh my goodness. Well, we might need a coach versus coach show match after some of these shots that Pooh has been firing. Thank you both players. Thank you Coldmist. Thank you Kenji. Thanks to the coaches. And we're just going to continue rolling on with round one. We have it going all the way through till this Friday, and we hope you all stick around and keep watching the series. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.